Hey, what's up ladies and gents, SpoonyPizzas here, and in today's video I want to talk to you about player ID in eFootball 2023. Now, one of the things that really stood out and made PES special for me personally, especially in the older series, was the player ID. Player ID to me is all about separating each player with individuality. So imagine if you just had a default skin, and you might be able to just pick out certain players from the way their arms and legs move and how they differ to when they're dribbling. Maybe they're grabbing the cuffs of their long sleeve shirt as they dribble, or put their arms out to one side, and also the way they kick the ball when passing or shooting. But that's just one part of it, mainly around player animation. I mean, there's other things as well, but I mean, is there anything more iconic than the way David Beckham would take a set piece, which you would definitely see in the old versions of PES? The other part is getting the stats or statistics just right, so they travel at the same speed as their real life counterparts with and without the ball. They might take longer knock-ons when sprinting with someone like maybe like Bale, whereas someone like R9 Ronaldo would dribble at high speed with the ball close to his feet. It's these touches to detail that really stand out and make the difference. So today I just want to take a look at PSG's Kylian Mbappe and Liverpool's Mo Salah. Both were very lucky player of the week picks. So I have got two attacking players with very different styles in real life. Now these both are goal poachers because they're player of the weeks, so you have to take that into consideration. Mbappe with blistering pace, whereas Salah has a lot of pace but dribbles with the ball close to his feet, and he's known for his slalom runs through the opponent's defences. Now, whilst the dribbling has improved recently in the recent updates, I would say that, you still can't perform Salah dribbles like he does in real life, like the one he does against Man City. If you've not seen it, it's an amazing goal. I'm a United fan and I hate Liverpool with all my heart, but that goal was something special. And that is something you cannot replicate in eFootball because it's just not there. Now, like I said, I want to compare these two players, and if you have been watching, then you'll probably notice that, there's not a lot of difference between Mo Salah and Mbappe in terms of the way they move, in terms of the way they shoot, in terms of the way they pass. There's literally no individuality that separates these two players apart. Literally nothing. Honestly, there's a Salah goal here that was scored by Mbappe, and an Mbappe goal scored by Mo Salah. It's almost identical. Let's just take a look at this next clip. Now, I've used both these players countless times in the matches that I've played, and honestly I couldn't really feel or notice a difference between these two, and this goal here sort of sums that up. Two different players but almost identical in the way they score, both holding the players off with good strength and just running through, and it's almost an identical finish, even though Salah's left-footed and Mbappe's right-footed. So as you can see, there's not a lot of individuality between these two players. Here we're going to see Mbappe going a little bit of a dribbling run that perhaps Mo Salah would have taken on. And then this clip here is brilliant because this is more like a Mo Salah goal than an Mbappe goal. Beating a couple of players, then bending one into the far corner. That's much more like a Mo Salah goal, but it's Mbappe who scores it. Like I said, these players, there's no real difference. I don't feel any difference. They feel identical. Like if they look the same, it would be impossible for me to pick out which one's Mbappe and which one's Mo Salah, other than by their foot, perhaps, for accuracy. Maybe that's the only thing that would probably stand out. But generally, overall, in the game of eFootball 2023, is there any player ID? Yes, there is. Yes, there is. You've got Neuer, who comes off his line quite frequently when, just trying to act as a sweeper keeper. You've got other players that sort of perform certain moves that you don't normally see, such as Ronaldinho with his little samba shuffle that he used against Chelsea in the Champions League, and also Guti. And there's a few other ones as well that sort of stand out. And I think one of the problems is I go back to it again, is the player stats, obviously a big factor. Obviously these are player of the week picks and they've got different cards. They're both goal poachers, so that doesn't really help Mo Salah's case. But to be honest, even the normal Mo Salah card plays identical to this card. Honestly, there's not much difference once you level them up. He just plays a different position. So again, he's sort of lacking that Mo Salah feel, in my opinion, and that is kind of disappointing because I want these players to be individual, to be different. And I think the problem is partly, like I say, with the stats. So in eFootball 2023, obviously got Dream Team. You can train players how you want. I do love that feature, but I'm also wary about how it impacts how that player plays. Do you know what I mean? So, for instance, we're boosting his acceleration, we're boosting his speed, we're boosting his dribbling, we're boosting his tight possession, we're boosting his ball control. We can affect different areas and change how Salah is in the game. We can make him faster, we can make him stronger, we can make him jump higher. So you're taking away the thing that makes Mo Salah Mo Salah. Does that make sense? It's just like stripping everything back, and whilst it is a great feature, I just think it's poorly implemented. I think maybe you should have training, but it only increments things by a few points, not by the standard it is now. And I think the fact that you've got 100 rated players just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, take for example, right, you get Messi and Neymar, I think it was, in the ambassador pack, whatever they were, and they're 100 rated, right? They've got 100 overall ratings. That's great, okay? But now you've given people those. No one's going to want a player to fill their position generally from, say, Villarreal. So they get a Villarreal pack. Wow, who's gonna spend 100 coins on picking a role or rolling for a Villarreal player, apart from Villarreal fans maybe, or someone who's trying to build a Villarreal team? So you're throwing these big players out in the first few weeks. It was crazy, wasn't it? We had Maradona, Iniesta, Seedorf, Davids, Schmeichel, Kahn, loads of world-class legends, and then you go, okay, well, I've got Oliver Kahn, and why give me Jordan Pickford? Why give me Jordan Pickford? I'm not going to roll for him. I don't want him. I'm not going to use my nominated contract. Sure, if you start the game later, you might need a goalkeeper, and that goalkeeper will do, but the majority of us have got really good goalkeepers by now at this stage of the season. Within a couple of months, I had a pretty much a god squad, even with the Road to Glory series. So, and you're bringing out these packs. And I'm just like, well, I'm not going to spend 100 coins on Man City players because, their GP equivalents are better, generally. It allows me to pick and choose where I strengthen that player when I train them. And again, it affects the player ID. And that's what I think the problem is. You've got the stats coming into it. The fact that Kimura came out and said there is going to be no player ID in eFootball 2022, I think it was at the time. It's just carried on to 2023. There's still no player ID. And they said that it's not a focus for them, basically. They're not interested. And even though he said that, like I said, we still see elements of player ID. But it is so few and far between. Like, I'd say Mahrez plays similar to what he does if you just level him up individually or evenly across the board, should I say. So, put 7 points into everything. Other than that, there's only a handful of players that really feel different. Iniesta, Maradona, Davids. Those do feel and look different. But beyond that, I'd say a lot of the GP players feel much the same. And it's really sad because I would love to see more individuality, more player ID, greater player ID. Because at the minute, it doesn't really matter if you shoot with the left foot or the right foot with Mo Salah. It looks identical to the same shooting animation that pretty much everyone else uses. Like, there seems to be very, very few different shooting animations in this game. And it's just really sad. Because I really like player ID. I think it really makes players stand out, makes it more fun, makes it more interesting on the eye. You don't have to squint and zoom into the player's hair or face and go, oh, that's Mbappe, or look at the name in the bottom left hand corner. You should be able to look at the way he's running and go, oh yeah, this guy's blistering. This is Mbappe I've got right now. Or you're weaving your way through defences. You're like, yeah, I've got Mo Salah on the ball. He feels amazing. But no, everyone pretty much plays the same, feels the same, and it's kind of disappointing. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. How are you guys finding eFootball 2023's player ID? Is there any players that sort of stand out for you? That you go, yeah, this player definitely feels like he is the real life counterpart. I honestly probably could name 5 or 10 maximum players that feel different in one way or another in terms of the way they actually manipulate the ball and on the ball. But in terms of the actual animation, that's severely lacking. That is so severely lacking. Everyone looks and plays the same, and it's really bad in my opinion. But I want to hear what you guys think. Are you happy with the player ID? Is there any players that really stand out to you? But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. And thanks for watching this video. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.